Hello everyone, it's quite the mix this month, so let's have a look at what there is. First up is Sea of Stars. This is a cute looking RPG with turn-based combat. It's another one of those games with an RPG maker but in Unity aesthetic. It's not really for me, but overall it seems alright. I give it bonus points for letting me skip cutscenes, as this style of game will often have a good 20 minutes of cutscenes to set the story before you get to the gameplay. Tunic is a 3D isometric RPG. The gameplay is sort of Zelda meets Dark Souls. I started out thinking I was collecting power-ups, but it turns out I had to sell them at save points to level up my skills, so I spent far too long fighting the first boss of the game with all my stats on 1. There's some good stuff in here. You pick up pieces of the game guide that explains game mechanics, adds maps and reveals the occasional secret as you go. The pacing between finding new areas and getting new abilities is decent, though my main gripe is going to much more difficult areas than I'm ready for and never quite knowing if I should be there or not. Luckily the game guide hints where you should go and where you should be for at least the early stages of the game. This is my game of the month, and at time of writing I already have 20 hours in this. There's been a heatwave combined with countryside wildfires, so we can't open windows, so getting to my desktop to play games has been difficult. This is where the Steam Deck really comes in handy, and this game plays perfectly on it. It's definitely my kind of game. This is the answer to the question, what if I used the worst control combination possible and made everything cards because of course? You speedrun through levels using cards to fire and drop them to do extra jumps. Left trigger to jump, right trigger to fire, right shoulder button to discard. It's a very annoying combination in my opinion, and I didn't really enjoy playing it. This janky game seems to be a simulator for the more mundane side of policing, like routine traffic stops and parking tickets. They took the boring approach of playing the police, and then took the most boring part of their job and made the most boring rendition of it possible. No wonder the devs have abandoned it. At first I thought this game was Tetris, but that just places the land to start with. After that the cards came out and I lost all interest and tapped out. It seems popular, but it's not for me. This is an open world snow ski sim, but you don't get an objective because the answer is whatever. So I spent a bit of time driving around and doing the odd jump and falling over while turning. It seems like the intent is for it to actually be a multiplayer experience, so for me in single player it just feels like a pointless tech demo in search of a game. Dice Folk is a dice combat game where they give you control of both sides, and you have to use all moves, so you have to be strategic about how and when the enemy side attacks you. Cool if you like these kinds of games, but it's not for me. And lastly we have turn-based tile RPG where you manage an adventure guild full of annoying characters. It could use a bit more playtesting to make the tutorial more involved and less of a ton of text to study. For the first attempt at a game by a solo indie developer it's pretty good. It'll be interesting to see what he makes for his next couple of games, but this game wasn't really for me either. That's it, I only really liked Tunic this month, but the game was good enough that I don't mind everything else being a bit average or just not for me at all. If Tunic's the only game that interests you, then you can get it for $4.99 on key sites like Loaded, otherwise most of this is for JRPG fans. That's it for this month, hope you're all staying cool in the heat, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.